104.4, the home of SAFM in Durban. SAFM, South Africa's news and information leader.
So here's the thought. I mean, there's so much that's happened in the last few weeks about social media and traditional media. Obviously, if you're going to post things on social media, you want it to go viral. You want more people to know about it. That's the only time it makes any difference. So there are pitfalls when you do that. And Willy Seyama certainly has his thoughts on that. Tweet me your opinions on all the things we've discussed on Media Show. It's trending, so hashtag Media Show, by the way. And he tweets us, Bra Willy Seyama. In fact, you've got some other Twitter handles linked to it. Willy, good chatting to you. How's it?
Hi, Ashraf. Thanks for inviting me on your show.
Right. So let's talk about viral campaigns.
Yeah.
Do you want to give us some context here, firstly?
You know, increasingly agencies like ourselves are getting requirement from our clients to make the campaigns that we develop for them go viral. Mm-hmm. And the question for always is, can we really make viral campaigns? So that is really the context that I'd like to chat to you on the basis.
Okay, do you want to answer that first up? Can you really make viral campaigns?
Brands can't. Neither can their agencies as a starting point.
Really? Okay.
No.
Why so?
The virality of campaigns is actually determined by the community, not by the brands. So you can put together a campaign that is really good. And half the time, it is good in the perspective of the brands. But the communities, the social communities in this case, may not find it so. The other thing as well is that at times you launch a campaign at a bad time. Imagine if you launched a campaign that you wanted to go viral on Tuesday at the same time as paid Twitter and War Room and Shaka Sisulu hit the social media. Your campaign was going to be dead in the water.
Because what? So bad timing. There's almost a clash of civilizations on that day.
Absolutely, because remember this: much as we know that social netizens are into multitasking, they can kind of follow various topics all at the same time and stuff. But there is something about a share of voice. So now we've heard that 45% of social mentions this week for the past 7 days were on paid media.
Yeah,
it means that your campaign is not going to see the light of day. So
because you can't control what are the biggest stories.
Absolutely, you don't have control at all over that.
So and the same principle applies to globally. If you can't compete with Trump and whatever else is going on there, isn't it?
There you go. Fortunately, though, the Twitter space works in a sense that you can still have local topics going, because even though Trump was big globally this week, paid media in South Africa was still a big topic.
Was the number one story.
Absolutely.
So local is important. So how? I mean, so when we then talk about a viral campaign, just explain that. Listeners have their own ideas. What is it when you say go viral or a viral campaign?
Yeah, basically a viral campaign is an explosion of a brand message that takes effect across the media landscape. What tends to happen is it starts on social. It's driven by the social netizens, especially your influencers. And the traditional media catches on to it, and they drive it even on traditional channels like TV, print, and
is it
radio.
Only viral if it moves from social to traditional or not?
Well, not necessarily, but if it can, that actually gives it the amplification. Because typically, the traditional media are following what's happening on social media.
Absolutely,
now.
Yeah.
So anything that hits on social media, the traditional media are bound to pick up on it. Paid media is one such example.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
What then? You made the point that for it to go viral, you need public support, and that's
Absolutely.
out of your control, right?
Definitely not in your control. And we've got plenty of examples to
Give me the most famous one. I think the one about the My ANC in November, December, where they said, tell us about, us as a party and thinking people are going to praise, and they started using it as a sounding box to say, this is a problem with your party or my party, and it went completely against them.
Absolutely. That is what tends to complicate things, because you may think that your campaign is a cool campaign and it's going to catch fire on digital media. And it takes a completely different turn. And the My ANC hashtag is one such example. We've got plenty. We saw it happening with the NYPD. They put out a hashtag called MyNYPD and hoping that they were going to get positive feedback. They got such negative feedback, they had to basically close down that campaign close down in inverted commas, by the way, because when people have caught on to it, there's not much you can do.
And any other examples?
Well, the one campaign that really hit big time, and it was global in the truest sense, happened 2.5 years ago. And this was the Ice Bucket Challenge. I don't know if you participated.
I didn't, but I'm familiar. But just tell us quickly what it was. I'm familiar with it, but just go ahead and tell us.
The Ice Bucket Challenge is a campaign that was used, and it was started by two golfer friends, by the way. Raise funds for their charities. It wasn't even about the charity that became the main beneficiary, which is the ALS. Okay, because they're the ones who actually benefited the most. The last time I checked, they actually raised about $16 million from the campaign.
104.4, the home of SAFM in Durban. SAFM, South Africa's news and information leader.